Are you gonna be smoking during the podcast, or you keeping it plain?
I'm keeping it solid. It's solid. We started already, technically.
Technically, but we haven't. You'll tune me when you're good. We can go.
I'm just finishing up one line.
The trip, how is that song coming through? How is it coming through?
It's coming up crazy.
Oh, wait. Because it thought did you even sip the thing? Did you even have a taste of the Explorer? It thought. No,
Yeah.
Before the joint.
And see, I started with the thing. I started with the raw ones. Once I was done with the raw ones.
Came here.
No. Like when we came here, I was clean, and then we got here. I was chilling, and then I did the raw one. Remember the raw one I did on my ace.
I didn't check your thingies.
No, the ace one. And I did it ace out.
Yeah.
And then I went in. I did. Then Mali was like, actually after I did the raw ones, I didn't feel like doing the Explorer. Got into the whole plan. Velo was good to say we're doing the Explorer.
Oh, okay.
So once I was in that space, I didn't want to do the Explorer. But yeah, right now I've got.
Yeah. How is it coming through though?
It's coming all right. I'm loving it. It's tasting. It's my hand though.
It's my hand.
It's my hand. I have to give it up to myself. It's my hand. Yeah, eat juice, like.
Oh, you made your.
Yeah. Eat juice. It's not juice. Eat juice, like.
You didn't fuck it because I heard you saying.
Eat juice.
It's trying to keep it clean. We have extasy, by the way, and we've been having this conversation. We have Explorer also pulling through, but it's whatever. X in the building, extasy for you. Xoliswa, Sibandze and Sibandze, no my coach.
And Sibandze. Yeah, but like you got it all. Like Sibandze and Sibandze got you all one.
Everything
all coming from one. One clan, one tribe. How y'all doing out there, Swaziland? I hope you're good. I'm good. It's your boy Extasy. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the podcast with Joe PLATTA. Now I'm out here doing your intro, boy.
Now you're doing, man. Thank you very much. This is Streets Talk, you people, and we're out here with Extasy, like I've said, and the reason why I started with the Xoliswa is because extasy, I checked on your EPK, it says what you took that from X, as in low X, we took it from Xoliswa also. Am I right?
Yeah, you're spot on. You're spot on. So what I did is I used my first name to just inspire, because I always wanted my rap name to have some sort of association to my real name, no gimmicks. But at that time, I think hip hop was really like about like having a moniker or having like a stage name.
Yeah.
But it's only later now that we're like accepting of your second name or accepting of your first name. But in general, we always wanted you to be like some sort of superstar or some sort of superhero.
How do you feel, Vela, about names that are really out of... I'm going to mention, or I'm going to make an example of my name, the Joe PLATTA name. I killed it because of that also. But how do you feel about us giving themselves names that really don't have anything to do with their original names?
I don't have anything against it because, like I'm saying, we'll see, hip-hop is a sport where you're kind of like giving us a picture of the best version of yourself.
True.
Right? It's all about giving us your best version of yourself. So even if your best version of yourself sometimes is dramatic and drastic, and sometimes depending on which side of the table you're sitting on, sometimes it could be seen as negative. But at the end of the day, it's all about painting a certain picture. And it took long for me to even get that. Because I always thought it's genuine.
Before X, you had no name, Vel.
I had a swag name, fam.
Swagman X. Only the people on the band they were gonna act. Yeah. What was it?
No, I'm not telling you that.
Oh, my
Come
God.
on, fam. Like, come on,
What
dog.
does he say? What does he say?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not telling you that.
Okay. Because well, it's not. Yeah, I can't even see it.
You know, it's not
It's all.
documented, so it's dead. It's your boy.
But you got right after or right before you, was it making the training day, or it was just before that?
It's before that, because I had long awaited. There's a project I did in high school. That's before I got out of high school, called Long Awaited. It had like six tracks. So we did that. That was my first time like coming out and officially as Extasy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did people respond to that? Also, do people know that E is from the Sibandze and the X?
It's from Xoliswa. Yeah. I don't think that's very apparent. I don't think that's very apparent. I think everyone always focuses on the name itself, like your Extasy. You know, but there's creativity behind that.
Sorry to cut you. Also, I'm like, when I hear that name, also, I'm also thinking of drugs. So if somebody's gonna pull up and say they're Ecstasy to me, I'm gonna be like, okay, let's talk about the drug. He makes drug music.
Yeah.
There's also this thing of drug music. So what do you make, Vele? If I haven't heard you or I haven't heard your music, but I was like, I saw the name Ecstasy.
Yeah, so what's that all about?
What am I gonna find? Is it gonna be the drugs? Is it gonna be?
I'm actually writing. So before the podcast started, I was writing like some lyric, right, a verse to some song, and this is the first time I'm actually trying to associate Extasy with drugs.
Crazy! This entire time it has. Bro.
Yeah, I've never done that. Because I always understood Extasy as a feeling of great delight and a state of mind.
Okay.
Right.
Drugs.
So it was more it's more something that you can achieve within your solistic works. Yeah, well, because I'm solistic. I'm a soulful person. You know, I'm a soulful person. So I get into that bag of spiritual paths and all those things. And so Extasy it made sense, like, because it was a state of mind rather than the drug itself. You know, so
True.
Yeah, it's a feeling of great delight. It's about not being moved by the events of the world. You know, the world is always gonna go on and do what they do, madness, craziness. Yeah, well, they're all about that, but it's all about keeping to your center and, you know, being who you are holistically, like whatever's happening in and around the world.
I'm thinking, as you're talking, I'm sorry, I'm thinking, when is the first time, Vele, that you, because I'm thinking you probably had this when or after you started doing drugs, as I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had
an experience?
No.
So I was meeting, you remember we went to Malkin's, right?
Yeah.
So we went to Malkin's to meet when there was Kuba's farmers market.
I remember that.
Yeah, so we went down to Malkin's and then we met Hannah.
Yeah.
I think it's Hannah.
Whether it's Hannah, Hadwa, I don't know.
Yeah. Like, I apologize if I got that wrong, but yeah, Hannah, like, as far as I remember. So we get to Hannah and she's talking about the 2328 performance that we had on like 2 weeks back or whatever.
Talk about that, but let's
yeah. So I'm talking to her and I'm like, yo, we're here, we're looking for like the whole open mic set and all that. We're here to perform and all that. We're ready. So we found them, we were late and we found them packing up already. And then she's like, okay, what's your name, by the way? And I'm like, yo, my stage name is Extasy.
Yeah.
She's like, so you sent me that song Bluebird? Yeah, because I'd sent her an email earlier in the morning. She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's me, Bluebird. And then we talk, and then she asked me a question. She's like, yo, bro, have you ever done Extasy?
Thank you.
And I'm like, no, I haven't, and I don't like plan on like doing it.
I was like, yo, I'm not.
She's like, my boy. She's like, she's like, oh, you don't need to take Extasy because you are Extasy.
That is easy.
So I'm like, oh, okay. I got you. And then I'm like, yo, I'm probably gonna use that on a song. And
she's like, it right now.
She's like, fam, copyrights, bruh. As long as I get my copyrights, I'll be good.
I know.
So so yeah, that's to answer the question about taking Extasy. I don't see that happening.
That's crazy though. We're out here thinking there's always capping, there's always ecstasy, but he has never seen ecstasy, bro.
No, I've never. And someone was telling me it's going high up on the hood. Like people are going into it in the hood.
Tabs. How's like say I've had people saying very Thames. That's why I'm asking you this question. I've had people saying Thames is crazy in terms of drugs. So I'm like, you probably have had like an experience with ecstasy.
I've been offered. I've been offered
myself, but I've denied myself.
Nah. Was Xanax, all those things. They on the streets. They on the streets in Tembelihle. But yeah, dog, come on. It's like for me, vegetation is enough. Like green grass is just enough.
What's it great? Speaking of, are you trying to infuse or paint the because I know you're trying to keep it clean also.
Yeah.
But
I'm not trying. I'm keeping it clean.
Is weed? I'm looking at it like because I know you smoke. I smoke with you sometimes. So is weed your ecstasy in a way or whatever? Are you trying to also paint that to people? It's okay, whatever.
No, I'm not even trying to let them know. You've just let them know more than they should know.
How much you're being used, people, but it's alright.
I'm not trying to like make it a thing, bro. Like there's more to life. I think there's more to life. What I do with my own vices at my own time to center myself is totally my own prerogative. Like I don't want to sell it. Like it's not for sale. It's my own private space. So that's why when I do it with my people. See that. Not in public. It's not because I'm afraid of what people might think. I don't have that syndrome, abantu bazothini syndrome. But it's just basic, bro. I've got like young cousins. I've got like like young sisters.
Yeah.
So what am I like? What am I selling to them? Like what am I saying to them? You know what I mean? Because just despite the fact that, okay, yes, you are a public figure and yes, you've got an audience that are strangers, like in honesty are strangers.
It can be also the family.
Exactly.
It can be people close.
Exactly. So yeah.
And speaking of, there's this song that you were also giving shouts to the fam too. So I think Vele, it was from, even that song was coming from a place where which they be listening sometimes, so whatever. I may assume that. So sorry, I wanted to ask Gutsi Vele, in terms of like, because you are not ecstasy, you're not taking ecstasy, or you're not taking drugs, but how do you, because you're talking about centering yourself also, how do you prepare yourself now for like how was your first, because there's something, you did head counts, right?
Yes.
Take me just through performing or preparing for that also, because that was something huge back in the day. So I don't know what you were taking, but that is crazy to me.
Yeah. Okay. So head counts. I was with my boy Bugs. And I've known Bugs since 5 years old.
Crazy.
Like he's when they say day one. Yeah, they definitely they talking Bugs with me. So we met because I was born in Manzini. My birth happened in Manzini. So he was also there. Parents met there. Our parents were friends, so we grew up around each other. And then at some point I moved to Mbabs, and we then reconnected in high school in St. Mark's, which is like Form 1. And Form 1 is like 208, 207, 208, around those years. And so when we reconnected, we recognized each other. Like it was like, yo, bro, I know you. I know you, fam. But I was very, even in high school, like it was very apparent that I liked hip hop. Yeah. Like I had my, like in St. Mark's, no one was allowing students to sag their pants. But I was the rebel. I was the rebel. So had my pants were sagging. I was just that kid. Had my sneakers popping out, the tongue popping out. And so when we met each other, he was like, "Yo, bruh, you rap, like clearly you rap and all that." Like clearly you rap, and I'm like, "Yeah, dog, you spit some," and he's like, "Yeah, I spit some," and then we started doing. Nah, he's a corporate O. Okay. Even today he's a corporate O. Yeah, true, he's a corporate O. So I was just like, "Yeah, nah, dog, I'm on this side." So he was like, "Nah, dog, let's record," and we started like searching for studios. Like we hunted for studios.
That time Honey G is not in the picture.
We definitely because I remember this one time we even walked to arcades. I think we walked to Sandla, from Tembelile to Sandla.
Arcade. Studio, or
he had a mic. So we had to like
into the rap or
wait, like that's the other day one. Like
oh
I'm saying, oh bro, like oh dog, like yo, the files, it's crazy.
You're walking to Sandla.
Yeah, we walked to Sandla. We get to arcades. I think it was around 9 p.m. It was night, and we're still young, bro. Like it's Form 1, Form 2.
What are the Danny's saying, dog?
My Danny had left, so Bugs had come over to the house, and then Danny had left. So we just take a walk because we were hustling. We were hustling those. You remember those computer mics that had like
the headphones,
bro. And so yeah, we're out there like in the closet, like we got the whole closet. We got the whole closet opened up, and then we're trying with this one mic, and it's not carving, dog. It's not functioning, and we're like, okay, you know what, miss this thing. What other thing can we organize? So he's like, no, Arcade is out here. I think this is the first time I met Arcade actually. But he was still in St. Mark's. It's just we didn't know each other. I knew Bugs because we're in different classes.
Okay.
So we went there. We got the mic, and this is the first time I meet Arcade. It's like, okay, hold me in. We go back. We try recording with the computer and with the headphones.
With the headphones, yeah.
It sounded swag, bruh. It wasn't hitting the way we wanted. So we spent a couple of months just moving from studio to studio, and then we found a studio by SCOM. I don't know if I'd moved to SCOM then. I'm not sure. I chilled at SCOM. I chilled Fontaine, SCOM, Tembelile. Yeah.
You've been in Babana.
Yeah, it's just like moving around from city to city, or from hood to hood.
No.
And then we met Arcade, and then we went to, I'm forgetting. There was a studio, man.
You're saying it's SCOM.
It's SCOM.
You're forgetting the name.
I'm forgetting the name of the O, and he's very important because this is the first time that me, Bugs, this is where we recorded Nigga Said, the song that we actually performed at
the thingy head count.
At the head count, yeah. So when we're before we even get into that,
like a nigga said, because it's like a nigga said.
Yeah.
Okay, dope. So
we're writing that song outside the homie studio. And I don't know why I'm forgetting this homie. He's so important. So, my nigga, if you know yourself, please.
Yeah, bro.
Please. So.
Or if you know X.
You know what I mean?
Story before. Yeah,
you know? And so, we're out there, we're writing. And Ak reminded me of this name. I can't believe this. But we're writing, and Ak was the first person that witnessed the writing before it got to the level it's gone to.
It is, right?
So him and Bugs are, those.
That time he's not a corporate nigga. He's into the rap.
Into the raps fully. We make songs together. We go inside with me and Bugs because we'd set this collaboration. Because me and Bugs are gonna do like a whole collaborative effort. Like it's just me and Bugs on a thing. And I think we did do it. It's just that I don't think we're fully like both happy about it, so it just became one of those things like, yeah, we did that, but we're not like gonna put it out. So fast forward, we get into studio, we do Nigga Said. Fast forward, head count is out here, and then we get to perform that. I remember Alpha was our MC. He was the one
been in the game also.
Yeah. He was the one introducing us on the actual stage at that time. And our rap name, me and Bugs, we used to call ourselves Infamous. We used to call ourselves Infamous.
Explain that for a second. Sorry.
I think I've always had a problem with being famous or with fame as such. Easy. So it was a thing of being famous, but not like seeking fame.
I see what you mean.
You know, type thing. Even though infamous, the name doesn't totally mean that, but you know. So we do the show, and it's filled theater club. Yeah, because it was a theater club. It was filled up. We rocked the show. I enjoyed it. I had like fast lyrics. This is when I started messing with the fast flow. Yeah. This is when I struggled on stage. I won't lie.
No drugs, no nothing.
No, I don't know nothing. Like before performances, I don't indulge in anything.
You were not doing anything in high school at that moment.
Yeah. I had only started getting like peak after I went to SA.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when everything else started like being included.
You know the influence.
You know what I mean? It's the environment.
I get you, but I fast forward to long awaited, because you started the thing like a nigga said, which was a collaborative effort, and you then did long awaited, which was your solo thing also. This is still in high school. Which class were you when performing a head count?
I think I was in Form 1. In Form 1. Yeah, I was in Form 1. And then long awaited is Form 2. Yeah, okay. Long awaited is Form 2. Just before I left for SA.
Niggas is elevating a year after a year.
Eish, bro, we had to. Long awaited was after Vele. A lot of people had asked for music. Like, that's why it's even called long awaited. Because it was a thing of people had heard me doing like 16s, doing like collaborative efforts, because I did something with Verse as rapper. Yeah, we were trying to cook up a mixtape together, so you know, people could hear me like grow in the raps, but I was always doing it in a 16 format, because I always had someone next to me and all that. So people wanted like, yo, how about you go on and do it on your own?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that. Where are the followers then? Like these are your street people, or not on social media?
It's mostly St. Mark's. It's mostly in the
It's Scala Villa people.
It's Scala vibes, dog. I'm high school famous at that time.
Where's Virus then? Is he at St. Mark's or?
At that time, damn, the story with me and V is I don't want to even introduce it now, because that one is a bit long.
Oh, it's not in high school.
No, it is in high school, but it's everything in high school.
Because I thought it was the other homie rapping also in high school, and y'all and Bugs also this other side.
The thing with V was ahead, right? He's a great ahead.
Okay.
And then I don't know if it's head counts, but I think it's something in St. Mark's where there was a situation in St. Mark's, like a performance happening. So V was part of. He was also high school. He was high school Hollywood famous. You know what I mean? And then there's that there's a crew called the Dope Boys in the whole school, right? So everyone knows them. They are the rappers. It's sort of like the Wu-Tang. It's like 9 niggas.
You're not part of.
I'm not part of that. I'm not part of that. So that's the first year. But the first year, even in Form 1, I don't know how our paths crossed, but I think it was outside of school. Like it was maybe a party when we so happened to be in one house party, and then we connect. Like, yo, what up? You know, nothing much. And then the next year, I think from that party, then there is a certain acknowledgement. Yo, what up? Yo, what's good? That's it. And then the performance happened. I don't know if there was a headcount performance within the school. I don't remember what it was really. But there he is performing with the whole crew. And then this is when I start seeing...
Oh, he was part of the 9.
He was part of the 9.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah. He was part of the Wu-Tang. And then I'm seeing him perform, and I'm like, yo, actually... That nigga knows what he's doing, right? And I'm one that always is... I'm a sponge. I like information. I like asking. I don't really base my relationships on statuses. Like, could see you're of a higher or you're of a lower, It's just,
if it's craft, let it be craft.
It's just genuine, So I'd hit him up. And because there was like I told you, there was something happening outside that I maybe cannot like fully divulge on. That then made us like connect even more.
Oh.
So now we were on text, and then now we're exchanging this information back and forth. And I'm asking him about the game, like, yo, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm seeing. What do you think? What do you know?
What do you see also?
So he becomes a mentor. He becomes a mentor, at first, and I'm getting information. So it's one of those, and then we start going to studio together. This is why he's on Long Awaited, which is again Form 2. That's what I'm saying, in Form 2.
That's why I low-key asked, would say when, because I thought Velo, you were elevating a year after a year, and then but yeah, you keep talking.
Yeah, so he at that time he's also within the Swazi Jive situation. He's getting out of his Swazi Jive situation.
Oh, okay. He was part of Swazi Jive.
Yeah, he was doing his Swazi Jive.
Yeah,
he must tell his own stories. Yeah. So he's getting out of that situation. I'm also in a situation. I don't know what was going in my mind, but at 2021, I was already thinking I need my own record label.
Shit.
I was already thinking, yo, I need a record label, bruh.
And who are you hiring at this age?
I'm not hiring. I'm hiring myself, son. Okay. I'm hiring myself. I'm everything there, dog. PR, everything.
Do you know how to produce at this point, or you still?
No, I have no clue how to produce. I have no studio. I have zero. I don't even my talent at that point, dog.
The studio is in the mind, man.
Dog, it's all in the mind, dog. The corporates, everything is in the mind.
The office
I can see it all in the mind.
Oh, yeah. But
so I tell him, dog. I tell him because even before with V, I had like, because this is a crew, remember. I had like a good relationship with Young Z. So there was YNV.
Yeah,
which is
I was in a primary also.
Exactly. So I had a good relationship with ZZ, but as we grew, I grew closer to V because of the just what we were both looking at. In the industry, as far as what we were both wanting for ourselves. So I started telling him, because I started getting comfortable even after seeing what's, oh no, we are like-minded in a way. So I started telling him, yo, me, I want a record label. And that's after he's getting out of Swazi Jive. So he's also on that, bet. If we can do it, let's do it, So, we go out like looking for a name. And then I might have just fast forwarded, because Long Awaited is done. Yeah. Everyone likes it. V's on it. But then beyond Long Awaited, this is where the conversations start happening about Forever Legendary, which
this
is the
like 20 years old also. No, man.
V.
No, you.
I'm 2021, yeah. I'd say 19 though. I'd say 19, 20. So I'm talking to him about it, and he's like, yeah, bro, like we can do that. Like, it's simple. Let's do it. And so I'm like, I cool bet. And then we just moved around trying to find a name actually for the thing. And then we found the name through someone that I have to like give a shout out to, because she actually did that, and that's Homotso Makakula. So shout out to you. So she's the one that came up with the Forever Legendary.
Where do you find Homotso? Because she sounds like an South African.
Oh yeah. Let me get this juice in. So I find her in. I don't find her, dog. It's primary things.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's primary things. Yeah. She was based, like, we've known each other since primary. Connected, disconnected, and then reconnected.
Bug situation.
You know what I mean? And then after just also like having conversations with her that were based on vision and life, and which direction are you headed? She understood, and she played a part and gave us, that's major, bruh. It's major.
She was not even a rapper, though. She was just
someone that was just messing with it holistically. So
crazy.
It's a big shout out. Big shout out.
And in terms of like forming the Forever Legendary thing, you had a studio, or you still had nothing with Virus when
No. We were dog. We were going out to different studios. It's still the same kind of situation I was in with Bugs, but now we just knew that, okay, we were building something. You know what I mean? It wasn't just two rappers rapping, but it was like, okay, we're trying to build the structure and all that. And so, I mean, it went well. We hooked up with Vuyo Nxumalo. Great relationships that we built. And then we just, brotherhood, bro. Like, created a brotherhood around it. Had the whole, Dope Boys / Wu-Tang come into it.
From the olds.
They came into it. They helped. We did it, and what we produced out of it is Training Day series. We produced. Man, I'm very proud to say this. We produced one of the first trailers in Swaziland. Like, when it comes to project trailers, like creating an advert for your project.
That's crazy, my G.
Like, man, and
That's
then
crazy.
Debuted at Beat Down. It was on Beat Down. We had an interview with Alpha on Beat Down. We got to number 1 SBIS with Call Out. Shout out to my boy Luminous. I don't know where you at, my nigga, but yeah, we got.
Luminous was also on the record.
Yeah, he was on Training Day series. He was on the project. So people that were on Training Day series on the project, there was Illuminous, there was the General, but he's part of the Dope Boys / Wu-Tang.
Okay.
And then there was Virus. Who else made it on the thing?
Production wise, you downloading the beats?
Production wise, at that time we're doing. Okay, there is his name is 3. I haven't talked to the O in a while, so forgive me for the names thing. Okay. But it's 3. It's 3 something. He's a producer, Swazi producer. I think that was the one of Quarter Life Crisis. That's one original. Okay. Yeah. Quarter Life Crisis is the only original on the whole thing.
The first song.
Yeah. So the whole thing is just instrumentals. And guess who brought me the instrumentals?
Who?
Bugs.
He's not even on the tape.
He's not even on the tape. And we had a tiff. We had a little tiff on that. Okay. We had a tiff on that. But I mean, I don't know if we really talked it out, but after a while, it just never became a thing. Okay. Like, Kutsi,
you've linked up with Bugs.
Yeah. We've linked up. We've talked, and everything is chilled. Everything is chilled, as far as I know, anyway. But everything is chilled.
No, that's proper, man. When are you getting the thingy, the Sibebe Q&A thing, the recognition and whatever?
You see what I mean? Like, there was a lot that happened with Training Day series, because not only with Sibebe. So Sibebe called us up, or we called them up. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't have a manager that time.
I do, because that's Mvuyo.
Okay.
But he's managing the company.
Not just you and Virus.
But I'm the one artist that's active at that point.
Okay.
He's managing both us and Virus, but managing the company by virtue of managing the both of us. So we do Sibebe, like I'm saying, I don't know who called who, but Sibebe is like, okay, pull up. We pull up. Penny is doing it. Shout out Penny Bauer. These are the people that showed us love. So shout out to y'all.
Penny, the bushfire one.
Exactly. Okay. We have a sit down with her. We go to Malkin's. Proper. I think we had like tea or whatever.
Proper setup.
Proper setup, dog. Umlungu setup.
That time you in high school.
No, I'm done. I'm done, because Training Day series happened like around 2015.
Okay.
Around 2015. I think that's when we dropped it, but I think around 2013 is when I started like creating it.
Okay.
And then we dropped in 2015. And then in 2015, this is when all the madness starts happening, like the number 1s, the beat downs, the trailers. And then
the time to even execute all of that, because you're not even in Scala also.
Yeah, I'm fully like away from all the Scalas and all that thing.
You haven't even vied to SA.
No. I haven't vied for the college and all those things. So, we go into it because I think what we did with the Sibebe thing was beautiful, in that Penny showed us a lot of love. We were able to express our top 5 or the questions that were being asked were really great. I enjoyed that interview. I might not remember everything about it, but I remember the feeling and the environment on it, because it was kind of like this outdoor.
Hey,
on the field, and so you're seeing everything else.
Again.
Exactly.
It's so unfortunate that
with some explorers
right now. We're trying to explore the Sibandze vibe.
You feel me? Shout out to you. So I mean, we had a great interview, and then they put it out online on their page.
Oh, it was a live thing, fella. No, it was a Q&A.
It was a Q&A, but I'm not sure if it was. I'm not sure if it was really live, but I'm sure that all the questions and all the answers were being posted. You know,
I think I remember that era also, where they were having Q&As. I don't know if they shut down that, but
yeah. So I think they did stop. I don't know why, but I don't know also. Like, let's not talk about. But
easy.
No, let me let you all do your things.
Oh, this dog is about to trying to smoke. But yeah, you're saying.
So I mean, like, we do this baby thing. It's online. Everyone is feeling it. People are liking it. And then another great thing happened. OK Africa. I don't know if. I don't know if people have OK Africa.
That back is it.
Yeah. So they hit us up, and they put us in the.
You don't know who's calling who also. Well, now you know who's calling who. They hit you up.
I don't care.
Let's go.
I just OK Africa is here now, you know, and they like, yo, we're putting X in the top. I think it's top 12 Swazi rappers to look out for.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was 80 Script. 80 Script was really, you know, his momentum was really crazy at that time.
Yeah.
TC was in that. Psycho was in that. Klibo was in that. The who's who of like Swazi rappers was in that. And guess who was there?
You did mention yourself.
Exactly. Guess who was there? Extasy was in there.
Oh,
you know.
Fuck you. About you thinking virus, about you thinking bugs.
Ecstasy was part of that, you know. You know, always there. So that was great, dog. Like, I won't even lie. Like, that was.
How was the competition, Phil? Knowing that there's fucking KRTC at big in the studio, because I don't know. I mean, I look at it like, yeah, at least we have O's that we can appreciate and or look up to, such that if we're having moments like this right now, it's something. I don't know if you always had O's that you looked up to, and or not even having things like this, but studio sessions and or just collaborations that you really wanted to maybe
see out
also. How was the competition then? Because Eshangat.
Competition. The only thing I'm thinking of right now, to be honest, is at that point, because when Training Day series came out, 80 Script was really hot. Like, he was terrible.
Yeah, because I'm thinking you're getting number 1. Who's number 2, and what is he saying also? I'm not trying to say you know what he was saying.
What you're saying. No, but the list was built on, most of the list, how they looked at it, it was built on the years of experience, bruh. The years acquired of experience. So to be there on my first project was it was a bit like, wow, okay, we're working with something here. Because, like I'm saying, there are people there like Klibo, like KRTC that have, like, when you could look at their discography, they've got a longer list, you know. And then there's 80. I think me and 80 Scripts 80 Scripts and I were like maybe.
You covers it.
Yeah, we were the freshmen. I think we're the 2 freshmen. I really think we're the 2 freshmen, because everyone else, I think, was just, you know, had like years on experience.
The 80 is chilling in SA, Doba is in SD the type.
He's in he's moving. Yeah, he's moving. He's in and out and all that. So, but you know, the whole of Swaziland was just plugged into his space, and so I had to, like, but also I think I had a good understanding of where I was as a person, as a newcomer, versus an 80 Script that had a certain following or had years on experience too, you know, because he had come from the group. Now I'm forgetting that group.
I only know that it was also part of Swazi Jive. I didn't know Virus. I mean, I kind of can pick it up now because
what's the group's name? And this group is important in the Mbabane hip hop conversations. This group.
What was Ilubidas? Because like actually he was making records with Bo 80 at that.
He was making records with Bo 80, but Illuminous was associated. He was closely associated with us.
Okay.
80 Script 2 was closely associated with us. So there was just a young bubble that we were creating. They were locking in. Like there's a young bubble we were locking into there. And so there was 80 Script working on this project because we were also using one producer, like one executive producer, which is Subgems.
Okay.
So I'm going into studio. I'm doing my thing. 80's gonna pull up and do his thing.
Okay.
V's gonna pull up and do his thing. Young Z's gonna pull up and do his thing. You know, so we're all like just in and around each other, feeding off each other. And so I use some of 80 Scripts, so you can hear some of 80 Scripts ad-libs on Training Day series if you're listening closely. You know what I mean?
I should.
If you're listening closely, you can hear certain things, because then I was like, oh, I'd get inspired off of certain things that he was doing too. I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. I like that. So with me at that time, I'm a newcomer and I'm sponging. Yeah, but I'm sponging off everyone. V's out here, Z's out here, 80's out here, and sometimes, sometimes Essence will just pass into the studio, Essence will be in the studio just doing his thing. So that can only be, good for a newcomer or for a new artist, because now years on experience and people are talking. They're talking about the experiences in the industry. They're having those conversations and you're just sponging, bruh. You're just starving. What's like say? This is how things move. This is how things are done. And you're just learning. So at that time, the competition I wasn't even thinking competition. I was just thinking, yo, these are the people that I should be learning from.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, were you picking the industry as you were picking it, or some people had that would say it was competition? Because this is a sport after all, or you think it was just you thinking like...
I think when the mic turns on, it's always going to be competition, bro. Okay. When the mic is on and then the people are queuing...
Because was there at the 20... That's why I'm asking this question.
At the what?
At the 2330... there by the Sanilo launch. I mean, whatever that was.
Oh, yeah.
He was.
Someone did mention...
I'm not going to say how he reacted, but he was.
You're not going to tell me how he reacted?
Yeah, but he was there.
So how you not going to tell me how he reacted, bro?
Just like you didn't tell me what was your name.
No, but like, come on, dog.
I'm just saying, dog. You're saying Keratisi would pull up at the studio also?
No.
Okay.
No. I
never had.
I did. I've had an interaction with Keratisi, but that was around Virus. Like Virus had just introduced me, and we just had a talk. Interesting thing is we share a surname, so that's definitely something that I can. I feel like I will explore it at some point.
Explore it.
Because shout out Explorer, but I think like I'm saying, it's a thing of organic. It must be organic and it must be genuine and. Over time, but these things, man, they happen for themselves.
Yeah,
they happen for themselves. Yeah. So you just, they are like, now that you're talking about it and you're asking, part of your question was like referring to maybe artists that, besides the competition, but artists that I would have loved to collaborate with. I think at some point, yes, 80. I think rapping with 80 would have been a good experience. Okay. Like it would have been a joyous experience to just see how creative we can get when we're together in the studio. But at that time, because I remember he played me one beat, an instrumental, and he did say, yo, be on this. But I think at that time my headspace was just, I was also dealing with a lot of other shit, man. So I never really like followed up on that,
Okay.
And then who else? I think I'm more interested in actually having collaborations with artists that are not in my genre.
No.
Not in hip hop. Like cross genres. I
see what you mean.
Yeah.
So Sense would have made sense for you. Like
certain music like that. Yeah, music like that. So definitely I'm looking out for to just cross genre this thing, like, you know, add another taste and other layers to it. As far as rappers though, for me with rappers, it's a thing of it's always a thing of we can always do it. It's just we always need to push ourselves. We always need to seek another way of doing it. Like, it's been done 10 times more, you know. So it's always about how far can we go, what else can we do, what other thing can we. And I love it when rappers conceptualize a song together and they create whether that's a story around it, or whether that's when two rappers just put their creative minds to the thing, and then they come up with a whole different concept, a whole different world, you know what I mean? So I like those collaborations. I don't like the who has a better 16 type of collaborations.
No.
You know, it's like, I have a 16, you have a 16, who has the better 16?
I see that.
But if we want to go down that road, I'm always willing.
I'm always willing.
Yeah, I'm always willing.
Yeah, because I've picked that on your collaborations with Virus, because also it'd be a nice, let me go in, let him go in, because that is also necessary. Hence why I was asking, the competition, how was it? Because I wanted to pick, how was the energies also, how are you also collaborating with O's, and how was the energy vying SD around that time or whatever. But I mean, it's all good. And I like I keep saying, I think Swaziland is weird, so hence why I was asking that question.
That question, yeah. I think just a virtue of my state of mind, dog. I wasn't paying attention to that. I know people. I know sometimes I do be feeling like you're competing with me type vibe, you know. But I also just get I resist that temptation. Okay. I really do resist them. I do feel it sometimes. I won't lie. I do feel it sometimes where I'm like, Sibandze is just on my case, like even when I'm trying to look that way, but it's for me, there's a line by Jay-Z where it's like, Drake, they're gonna come at you with silly rap feuds trying to distract you.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
And that for me was like, oh, okay, connotation, take that to note. Always focus on, I want to focus on making classics. I don't want to focus on making classic rap beefs. I'm not into that.
That's a crazy one.
Yeah.
Nah, dope, man. Let's talk about the new shit now, because we've been on the past.
Hallelujah.
Been on the past.
I love that. I love the present.
Let's talk Bluebird, man. Let's talk Bluebird, because Bluebird is out. You were performing Bluebird at that thing here, the open mic also.
2328.
Yeah. They keep forgetting that name. Like, I always wanna say 2332 or whatever, but
I remember on stage when I was asking them to scream.
You had to.
Yeah, I remembered on stage. I was like, what's this place? Because I had to ask them. I'm like, yo, 2328. Can you scream? Give me loud noises. And then when I'm like about to say that, I had to question myself. Okay, where are we? I was like 2328, and then I just jumped onto it. So
it's crazy, man. Just I'm thinking about it now, like, because I don't know, have you had an era where you were highly booked or getting those events? Because it's hard to remember names, especially if you're an artist like me who's gonna be getting explored up, whatever.
I see what you mean. So you're asking if I've, like, how do I handle the names?
Yeah, have you ever fucked up on a stage? You just call a wrong name at the
No. I'd rather not say the venue name. If I'm not sure, I'm not saying it.
Crazy.
I'm not saying it. Yeah, you can't do that. Like, you can't afford that. You can't afford that. But it can happen. It can happen to the best of us. I also think it's just vibe sometimes. It's vibe sometimes, because sometimes even if when you make a mistake, like, it's just everyone is having so much fun that it doesn't matter.
Speaking of, because there's also a way you introduced yourself also there, which made people or whatever react some type of way.
Yeah.
Even would say, nah, that thing, there's a point in time you should have cut it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how do you also react to that also as a performer before we get to the Nuno, because we're all...
Yeah, because we're in that space. How do I react to when people don't react as I want them, or they feel a type of way about what I'm saying to them?
I think so, if that is the question.
I mean, how I reacted to that was, genuinely speaking, I hadn't planned for that. Like I hadn't planned when I got on stage. Yeah, when I got on stage, it felt like I must say that, and I just do that. Like when I get on stage, I don't come with the script. Like it just happens. It's about like genuinely what I feel inside me. A voice is saying, "Yo, just say this to these people or say that to these people." So I mean, to refer that thing back, I was like, Sanbonan Bazalwane. Yeah. So I was like, Sanbonan Bazalwane, which for me is, I think I shouldn't. I think also I have a litmus test in my mind where I test people.
Yeah. Test this waters.
You know what I mean? Test. I test people. Not because I like testing people or anything like that. But when I say things like Sanbonan Bazalwane, I think that we all know where we are. You know, Swaziland is Swaziland's a spiritual place, bro.
True.
Come on, dog. Like, let's not like act like Swaziland is like the other countries. No, Swaziland is special because the spirit is alive. You know what I mean? So when I say Sanbonan Bazalwane, I don't expect people to then frown. You know, honestly, I don't expect people to frown. I don't expect people to feel some type of way, because it's not. Bazalwane is like is basically a believer.
No.
Yobo.
You can be a believer of the music. I see what you mean.
Do you see what I mean? It has nothing to do with religion, but because you're conditioned.
Yeah, no.
You know, you want to jump to those. So I allow for that to happen because it is what it is. But for me, it was never a religious connotation, but it was more, you know, a believer. You know, I think we should all be.
I was saying, because I also picked that also in terms of like people can pick some other vibe on the music also. So just like people may assume, you know, it's everybody's story. Just you said, Gucci, you're not gonna perform a song at somebody's funeral for your own personal whatever.
Or personal gain, yeah.
I'm saying Bluebird was also made in the time where AKA died, and you're making a song right now. And I'm also saying you're also not looking at it like hey, people might think I'm trying to use this momentum and or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Also, just because there's a lot of things that people presume before you present something, and or even with presenting something, people will have. I'm not saying we might or we should look into that all the time and or whatever, but that thing be happening.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, was it something that you looked at before creating or before making Bluebird?
Yes, I did. I had that conversation with myself a lot, because I didn't even make it about the actual event after that. Like after the conversation, I started thinking about the family. I started thinking about the young daughter.
Yeah,
right. So the song was written from that perspective as a condolences. So it was written for people that need to carry on this burden and this pain. So I did have the conversation because it's a real event, but also when that event happened, what it did is it sparked all, because the thing is, for the past 3 years, 4 years, with the whole COVID thing happening, a lot of people around me have been losing people that they consider their center, right?
True.
You know what I mean? So it kept on happening, you know, and I didn't say anything. Like a friend would lose a father, a friend would lose a mother, a friend would lose a sister, a friend would lose a friend. You know, and these things, like, they keep on happening, and you just, you know, you might not be directly getting the impact of it, but now if your men's is not good and you're not connected like that, you will be affected, right?
Sure.
So it goes on to the family. You know, one of the family members loses the father, one of the family members' mother is sick, you know. You know, so all these things are happening. And so when that happens, because also, you know, this is an artist that was a North Star for a lot of. For me, I'm English. Predominantly, my music is English speaking. You know what I mean, and that's that confidence to continuously do it and to do it and be okay with doing it comes from seeing someone else do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I see what you mean.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's an inspiration. That's a North Star. And so
big shouts to AKA.
Big shout out to AKA, bro.
RIP, but yeah, big shouts.
Big shout out. Big man things. So once that event happens, as the kid that was always watching and always getting inspired and always learning, it felt like there's something that there wasn't much I could do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's I'll probably say it off air. What could I have done? Like if everything was the way I wanted it, what could I have done? But this is what I felt like I could do. Yeah, in the position that I'm in.
Okay. Alright, let's take a break. I don't know what this is trying to say.
Refill.
Now I need to make your juice.
Yeah, also. I need juice.
Juice. I'll explore. Alright. I'm sorry, man. We had to take a smoking break.
Yeah.
Even though I'm smoking, yeah. For me, it's not a break, but let's go in. Next, you were saying, a Bluebird. You were talking about Bluebird when I remember, and you were trying to give us that insight also on how you're trying to balegela, giving people the fact that you're using
using an event.
Yeah,
just using an unfortunate event to gain some sort of fortune, I guess. It's just it was a deep convo. Had it with myself. The inner conflict, went through that, and then decided to make it about the people that will carry on the burden, not about the actual event.
Okay.
Yeah, but
No, proper Mechi. And then now Bluebird is out, and thing is the visualizer out also? I wanted to say the visualizer's out.
We did it. Yeah, we canned it. We decided not to continue with that. Just the team felt we could afford not to go down that road.
Who's the team? Speak it off the team.
My ninjas are my ninjas, bro. We're still in our infant stage, So it's very important that we keep it locked in for now, and then over time, I think everyone is gonna be revealed as we keep working. But if you're within the space, then you know. So that's that.
No, I just was asking for those who would want to know, but I'm saying, I know it was.
Of course.
Okay.
You have the whole thing, the whole conditions.
Let's go into, maybe, if I say so myself, because we've touched a bit about Bluebird,
yeah.
The fact that it's out, people should check that out also, and
on Timbuktu Library, by the way.
Okay.
Timbuktu Library.
Let's talk about Timbuktu Library before we get into the full thing. Before we get into if
everything
I say so
else,
myself. Timbuktu Library. I think we had when did Timbuktu Library started going, or when did you maybe I don't know when did that come about? Because I'm thinking you had legendary. Forever Legendary with Virus. Now this Timbuktu Library, and when did that come about, or how did that come about also?
It comes about when I'm in SA. The going back. The going back.
Going back. But it's present, you guys.
The going back, yeah, but it lives. So that's when I'm in SA, doing my college at Boston Media House. Shout out. So yeah, I'm in Pretoria, I'm doing my thing, and then I come across a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu, and then they're just talking about Africa, the continent where everything started, and they're just breaking it down. They're breaking down the stories, so I get clued in, and I meet interesting people, interesting shamans, bruh. So yeah, bro, and then Timbuktu just became a thing that I should see it through. But yeah, it's growing, and it's a content creation thing. It's about it's about coming into a space and, you know, making the space a better space than you found it.
Oh,
you know, just by, you know, your creativity alone.
You also try to not reveal who's into or who's part of Timbuktu Library right now, or you let that reveal itself also?
I mean, I shout out to Yayana, shout out to Joey Tragics, shout out to Frost. So yeah, there you have it.
Yeah. Okay.
There you have it.
Because we dabbled into the what before we got into If I Say So Myself. Was If I Say So Myself produced at the Timbuktu Library stable, or bese ikhona le energy masengicala when this If I Say So Myself project, or it was done the era yabo Forever Legendary?
That's really the first Timbuktu Library
presentation.
Okay. If I Say So Myself. So
you had your studio then?
No, we did it at Subgem Studios.
Okay.
It's going to be the second official project, because Conflicted came out last year. If people are not clued into that, check that out on Timbuktu Library 2. That's on YouTube. So
that's where Bo got, and that is where is God part of that project?
No. That's a pre-run. So when I came back from okay, so we're at Boston Media House, right? We're doing our thing as television students, as part of the media practices. We're learning these things. We're getting the info, you know, we're getting more light.
Yeah.
And then at some point, Timbuktu thing becomes a thing that I want to create. So I get, you know, a few people to help me with that vision, in terms of just its infant stage, and what it means, writing down, you know, the whole plan, basically the grand plan of it. So I get that sorted, and so now it's about like seeing out the vision. The vision is a bit, it's a bit big picture-ish. So it's about time and just maneuvering other things. But as for where it's at right now, I mentioned everyone involved. So it's just about everything now coming into play, but for now it's just an idea, so let's not get carried away.
Okay.
It's an idea. It's
which
coming
you had,
along.
Also that's what I did for a bit. If I Say So Myself.
Yeah, it's still an idea. And so when we do If I Say So Myself, that's me coming back from that's me graduating. Basically, I'm done with college, and then I come back and Vuyo hits me up.
The same Vuya that helped you create, okay.
Yeah, that was part of FL. And then he hits me up because I told you, see, this is a brotherhood. This is not just about, you know, if one idea. If
I just heard you say, sorry to cut, just heard you say it's not, part of FL. And I'm like, okay, this is always crazy. He just dropped a punchline that is going to let Vi.
I'll replay it back. Don't worry. I'll replay it back. So, you know, he pulls up and he's like, yo, let's just parlay, dog, you know. And I'm like, yo, no worries. He pulls up at Mangwaneni. So I'm chilling at Mangwaneni, just watching a game, catching some football, and then
live football. Live.
Yeah, it was just no live, but like on TV.
Okay.
Yeah, some Premiership game. So when he pulls up, okay. I go, I'm like, okay, I'm out. I tell the parents, you know, parental guide, I'm out. And then after that, he's like, yo, where's Virus? I'm like, I probably am Bangweni. So we head out, get Virus. He's like, okay, you know what? Let's go down to Cave. And then, you know, when you listen to If I Say So Myself, like the intro song, Right By My Side, I'm telling that story, you know. I'm telling the story of how everything started, the night, how everything then
that
prolonged.
Is you vying to Solanis also.
Exactly. That goes as far as that, because we went down to Ezulwini, did our little thing there, then decided, you know what, let's take it back to the Cap City. You know, for boys, and then we get to Solani's
for the girls.
You know, I don't want to say nothing. We go inside there and we enjoy ourselves. Okay.
This was crying about battery. I'm sorry, but yeah, let's continue.
Okay, so, we go inside and and then the story is being told in the whole tape, so I won't like go into that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
the
let
story
the
is
people
being,
listen to
yeah.
the tape also.
And then there's a really, it's about just that one night. If I say so myself, it's just about that one night, and I think that's the genius behind it.
Yeah,
You know?
no, that was dope also, because I listened to the tape. That was dope. And I don't know,
the writing. How did you feel about the writing?
Bro, no. You can't even ask me that question, because I'm gonna make people anxious about the project. But I mean, everything is, bro, everything's just perfect. Like, I listened to that thing and I was like, this. I thought it was out. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was out.
Yeah.
Because even looking at the packaging,
it looks like, that's some memorabilia. Some memorabilia out here. But I mean, it did kind of like come out if we're revealing some truths. But I had to hold it. I had to like bring it back, because I wasn't. It's for me, it's all about, music is nice to make and we enjoy it and we love doing it, deaf and all that, like 100%. But it's also like it could do something for you. Like, we all know that, one hit can really change your life. We know that, you know what I mean? But done well, that can really change your life.
So it was that made you go
like bring it back. Because I realized the potential of it. And then I realized, I mean, I might not fully like fathom what really was happening and all that, because I'm also in it and creating it. But when I take a step back from time to time, I'm like, you know what, this is something. This is space and time. You know what I mean? So I revere it. So definitely, I need to treat it with that too.
But now, when is it coming through? Like, when is it coming out now? Or you're still not sure?
I'm sure. I know.
But the people as far as the people are concerned, you're not sure.
Not yet. Like, I'm not gonna reveal that yet. But we know we're working on it, and watch the space, carve the space.
No. Hey, it's been good, man. We've been chilling for an hour here with X. It's been good. It's been like, I'm trying to continue with this conversation, but
yeah. Where you trying to take it, fam? Where you trying to take it? Let's go.
It's funny because you said Swaziland is spiritual, as far as that is concerned.
Okay.
And as far as X is concerned, because I've been like, this conversation we've been low key having, but I'm like, as far as that is concerned, and as far as we stand, like in terms of the politics and whatever, where do you stand as Extasy, as a musician, and do you have a story to tell about that also, or whatever? Because we're artists. At the end of the day.
Okay. As an artist, at the end of the day, I'm inspired by my environment, of course. The happenings of my environment, the currents of my environment, and I'm just an artist expressing everything I see, right?
Yeah.
So, as an artist, I document my environment. You know what I mean? I don't partake in my environment, though.
Okay.
I document my environment.
I'm getting you fully.
Yeah. So with that said, Diabo, because we know where we are, bruh. We know where we are. Let's not act like we don't know where we are. So that's just life as we live it, and we all contribute to the world we live in right now.
True.
So if we want to get it fixed, it's not on one guy. It's not on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm picking that up, but I'm just like, I'm letting you like expand on that, because but otherwise I fully get you, Meji, and I'm like, I mean, let that happen also, because we are, as artists, much as you're saying you're gonna document, or you're somebody that's gonna document things also. What? Battery. Yeah, I'm saying as an artist that documents, though. Sometimes you're gonna have, because for me that topic is a sensitive one, one that I'm raising, the spirituality and whatever. So I don't know, I was trying to get that also with you, with where do you stand with that, because sometimes you feel like you're forced to write or whatever type songs, but I don't know, with me some songs are sensitive, so I don't know if that topic also with you may raise sensitive whatever.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, I don't know. Some topics are sensitive. No, there's no topic that's sensitive to me because again, I'm an artist and I document my environment as I see it, or as far as I see it. So I have no bias, and I must remain unbiased. No. That's the whole point. If I am to remain an integral artist or an artist with integrity, I cannot have a bias. You know, it's about yeah. What more can I say?
Nah, I hear you, fam.
Yeah.
But thing is, low key on the Laws of Keys, this also been giving me problems on the Laws of Keys. So I'm trying to cut this podcast, but
of course, it's been fun though. It's been fun. Nah. It's been real.
Shout out to you, my G. I love y'all.